Alright, hi guys. So today I've made about 1.4k USD in profits for Asia, London, and I believe New York market as well. So let's quickly just jump into the chart, right? This is what I actually entered. So today it was more of a sideways market and it's really quite obvious. So upon Asia market open, what I can see is that price successfully created this uh market structure shift to the downside. And not only that, it actually aligns with the EMA 20 and 50 that there's a crossover, first of all, and then there's a rejection week candle that indicates that there's a lot of rejection towards the downside. And upon closure, right, I just entered immediately after I saw this zone basically getting tested. And it successfully went all the way down to about like 70 pips where I eventually closed my position. Reason why I closed is because I see that momentum is about to pull and I did not have the patience, or rather yeah, I do not have the patience to continue hold because first of all market just opened. I don't know where market will head towards to, and it has reached this fair value gap right here. So I do not anticipate price to continue pushing further all the way to the next zone, but eventually it did, but that's okay. Eventually it did take out this low, but I expected market to just crash all the way down to maybe 3622, but it did not happen. But that's okay. That session, that trade alone, I think I probably earned about $200. It should be $200, yes. In between, there are also trades where there's a lot of volume. So I did take some scalps very quickly. When volume was presented, it should be right around here. When I take profit, like maybe here or here. I'm not quite too sure. But overall, that session I was up perhaps a few $100. So this was my funded account, my 50k funded account. I was up about $700. For my main account, I was up about $90. And then for my other account, which is what you call is a full margin account where I risk basically more than usual, I was up about like perhaps I was up like $400 in that trade alone. But I suffered a loss at the start. I actually entered a buy position, but it did not look well, so I closed it immediately. And the next trade, I believe it was a buy. It was a buy position. It was at this price point. So I actually bought it here, and then it just went all the way up. So liquidity grab, reached the fair value gap already. There's not much momentum that's pushing down. 15-minute also is closing more on the flip zone side. And what I just see is that it's just a rejection just based on what I can just see from the chart itself. And overall, once the market has shifted, right, it was just a very quick internal shift. And then I just see a very bullish candle closure. I think I entered, it should be around here or around here, or should be here. I'm not quite too sure. But eventually, yes, I did enter, and I did not get stopped out. SL was pretty tight as well. It was like 40 pips or 50 pips. And then it just went all the way up. Of course, I did not dare to hold a trade for long as well. Usually Asia session is like a sideways movement, and also today's this market is kind of expected for price to go sideways first before eventually going higher or lower. So my initial take profit was 3646, but I believe I closed earlier. So I closed early about, where was it? So the first entry 3600, sorry, 3630 was around here. So I entered like right at the bottom here, and I just took profit like 20 pips later. So this was the internal order flow where I can just see that there's just a huge influx of buying volume. I think 3630 is around here. Perhaps it was around here, and then SL should be here. So that's the first entry. I took profit already. And then afterwards, what did I do? Continue to buy, but then it got stopped out. I believe at one point I was stopped out, like maybe here or something. But eventually it did went my way. So 0.6 lot size, 0.6 lot size is a 1.2 lot size. It's quite a heavy risk. But I figured, volume was there and momentum was kicking in. So 3.6, I believe, it just broke above. Should be here. And then where was my target? My target initially was quite far. Supposedly it's supposed to be 100 pips. But end up I only took about like 40 plus pips. Now again, momentum wise, we are really not sure because market is just open. So I only can see in like M1. So M1 there was a doji candle and that's pretty much it. I was afraid and I just closed out. And this is just to be safe, because we can't really predict where price will go. So basically the take profit is just towards this resistance zone and just a few of this fair value gap. So quite a clear cut. I believe it was a 1-to-1 RR. Now again, this is just for a full margin account. For my main account, I did enter. So as for the same entry as per the first one lot size that I play, which I took 20 pips TP, I also entered from my main account, and at the point of time, it was moving very slow, so momentum wasn't there yet. But the internal order flow was still bullish, with an influx of bullish candles, but it just didn't happen like right away. That's why I just closed just to be safe. I also entered another position, but this resulted in a loss because I can see that price is kind of consolidating at that moment, and I just didn't have a very good reasoning to believe that price will move then. Hence, I closed it at a loss first. After price shows some good uh, rejection and then good pump, where more volume is presented, I actually entered once again. And I believe, yeah, this was the entry. 0.6, 0.6, 1.2 lot size. And then, so that entry was this one. It was probably this, where just basically we played a retracement and just anticipated that price will hit this bearish fair value gap. Yeah, and then the last entry was 0.2. It was a 50 pip buy. I think it was here. Yeah, it was here, I believe, or here. Can't remember. Okay, but I think it was, yeah, it was this one. It was this one. Okay, so what happened was there is this internal structure. So internal low, internal high. Right, so this is just a structure itself lah. And then why is this structure important is because, right, like price has been going up already and then just created this internal market structure shift and then and then retrace back into basically this level, right? So we're in the discount zone. So this fib retracement level was put from this low to this high. This is your external low and external high. Then the internal structure itself is basically from here to here, where we can see price successfully reaches back into the 0.71 and 0.78 6 retracement level zone. Why this zone is very important is because price actually created this market structure shift to the upside, so MSS. And we can see that in order for price to push slightly higher or reach back to this uh, internal high, right, price must come down for a retracement. So upon price coming back into this retracement zone, which aligns well with your zone here, you can call it a support or a key level zone, or yeah, it's just a key level zone for me, but it's not really a very important, whereas it's a higher time frame key level, it's just more on like a very basic key level zone. And then perfectly aligned with the 0.71 and 0.786 fib retracement zone. And then we can see upon price reaching this level, this zone, right, there is just a very bullish candle closure, which indicates me that price will go up. Uh, and then which was what actually placed the entry around here. And then that entry itself, I think I earned about like $60 or $55. I can't remember. Yeah, but yeah. And then my full margin account, I also earn like about like $200. Initially, the take profit should be higher. But once again, because at that level, right, where I was anticipating when I was trading, I just didn't see that much volume lah. So when price give me this very bearish candle closure, I just immediately just closed everything really. So overall, I think it's a good one to our today's market has been very, very choppy until it just decided to just break above. So all these trades is like very you must be very accurate about it, and you must stay controversial as well. You can't just hope for like 100 pip or 150 pip TP like right away, because again it was during the Asia session and the London session, and volume is just not it during that session. Like, but when I saw that, the market open and price just uh broke out of this low right here and then created this market structure shift, knew that price could potentially push down lower, and that's where I entered my first entry. And for my funded account, I'm currently up about 1.7k from a 50k account. For my main account, I just deposited $500. My goal is not to flip the account. My goal is to basically sustain the account by risking like maybe like $25 or like $50 per trade. Of course, this is quite controversial as well, as to how many lot size I'm playing and what is my stop loss. But overall, the risk management, as you can see here, is pretty spot on. Uh, as for the full margin account, yes, there is a lot of risk. I'm basically more of a volume trader. Once I don't see volume, or once I see volume is kind of fading, I will not push it. I will just immediately just close and just secure all the profits. So this account, the goal is to make profit, which I did, and I withdraw all of the money. Because it's kind of scary, like $200 to like 1.2k in like barely like one day, right? And the main goal for this account is to basically withdraw and keep the profits. So I'm basically quite happy with this account already, and I will just withdraw all the profits, which I already did. That's why the balance left 20 cents. Right, for the main account, I will continue to grow. This account, my aim is to sustain the account, like I said, right? And not blow the account. So it's basically an account to train my discipline. And alongside that, I will have a funded account, which I'm actually trying to pass phase one and pass phase two. I'm currently in the phase one stage, and I'm currently up about 1.74k. The goal of this account is to basically pass phase one, which is 8%, which is $4,000, and then phase two, which is 5% at around 2.5k. Afterwards, after I pass the two phases, right, I will get the live account of 50k, and then whatever money that I made on that specific account, I will make about 80% of the profit itself. So it's a 80-20 profit split with the prop firm. Right. So that's about it. So that's how I earn about 1.4k just today. Of course, there is just risk involved, right? You don't just do this. But because like I said, I do scalp and I do intraday. I'm barely a swing, like a full swing day trader. It's kind of hard for me to kind of hold the trades. Um, but I do know for a fact, like at this point, right, like I just knew that price will just go up to this zone. But it just, I don't know, perhaps uh because my stop loss are usually quite tight and my lot size is kind of big, so I'm usually quite afraid to have a wider SL. So maybe I can size down my lot size and then increase my stop loss and increase the take profit. So I'm more towards an intraday to swing trader. So yeah, today all these trades barely last more than 30 minutes lah. Uh, I really believe it was less than 30 minutes. It was very quick. Like for example, this one lot size is kind of crazy. Like 10 pips is $100 difference, right? And yeah, but the only reason why I actually entered this is because again, volume is there, and it was just a very quick entry to just gain the profits. And of course, there is no SL. Yes, there is SL, but is the risk to reward really there? No. So once again, I'm not really proud to be earning all this money, but I'm proud of my analysis, because eventually, if I do hold it out, it will eventually hit the uh, at least the target that I'm anticipating at. And even though there are trades where there is basically incorrect, like my first buy trade, right? It was supposed to hit SL, but I closed it because I just saw the market when it was not good. So I closed it. It was disciplined trade, right? So all in all, I'm pretty satisfied with today, but I'm not proud of the profits that I made, because I know that this is not a great trading uh like advice, right? To basically risk so much of your account, right? For my main account, I'm only basically risking about 5 to 10% of the account. So I think for the main account, yes, I'm pretty happy that I'm basically up by 50%. But if you really think about it, like 50% is so much, right? Is it really sustainable in the long term, right? With a bigger account, yes, definitely we can size down and then risk about like 1% per trade. Overall, I'm pretty satisfied. Yeah. And in conclusion, yeah, this is how much I earn. Hopefully I can pass my funded account. Right. So yeah, see you guys.